Hello, everyone, and welcome to Session 3 of Motley Heights, the Fallout 2D20 campaign that I am pretty excited to run. It's one of those, hey, this is new and exciting. I'm really into it kind of a thing, but we'll get into that in a moment. I do need to say a few things before we get started proper, and let's go ahead and start with the big one. We are using the 2D20 system by Modiphius. It is newly released as of last month. So if you're interested in picking that up, I believe there is an exclamation mark Fallout message in chat. And I think the bot should also spam a link every once in a while. What I would say, though, is if you've played Star Trek Adventures or Conan or Dishonored or any of the 2D20 systems, you're going to have fun with this one. I feel like it's an easy transition, very easy to pick up, etc., etc. That said, we are all new to the rules because, again, it's only a month old. So we're going to get some things wrong, but generally I'm here to make sure everybody has a good time. So feel free to shout advice at the players in chat. Just don't go big backseating. Like, let them, play their own characters. Third thing is this is sort of the content warning that Fallout does address some difficult topics, some dark topics. So while we will be Twitch safe, this is your viewer discretion is advised. Last thing I have to say is that I am, for the month of May, doing a fundraiser for ASAN, or the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. And as was just put in chat, there is a direct donation link if you so wish, but I also will be donating half of my subs, bits, etc. that I get for the month of May to the cause as well. But I think that's all I need to say on my end. So let's have the players introduce themselves, starting with Mr. Wolf.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dare Wolf, and I am playing Sergeant Nicholas T., Brotherhood of Steel.
Succinct, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm Aaron. I am playing Draxus, the Intelligent Deathclaw.
And I am Professor Hex, and I am playing Dr. Kaz Worm. Usually I embellish that, but there will be nothing.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, is he gonna? And if you don't know me by now,
don't call him Mister.
Oh, that's right, Doctor.
At this point, everyone knows who Dr. Worm is. So, I mean, he's the breakout character of this decade. So,
is it Doctor or is it Mr. Doctor? Or is
it's
it Dr.
definitely it's definitely Doctor. But if you want to do Doctor like the UFO song, that's fine too.
Doctor.
I was gonna go with Dr. Professor Mr. the Worm, but maybe that's just me.
Dr. Professor Mr. the Monarch.
There you go.
Worm. Yeah.
Call me Shirley.
Yeah, just don't call me Shirley.
Now I'm tempted. Maybe I should add that to the chart. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, hey, I'm ELH the Game Master if you don't know me already, but let's go ahead and jump into play. And I think as a treat, we're going to have Draxus, the character, do the recap. So Draxus, go ahead.
All right. Picture this. It's easy if you try. An ArcJet facility, if you will, brimming with things that they tell me are important for their safety. So, okay, whatever. Not everybody can take 100 rads. It's fine. I'm here to help. So I go with them to ArcJet. There are these turrets and lasers, and they're shooting at me. Anyway, long story short, I smoked these turrets. It was so cool. Anyway, we find this computer talking about some place in Pennsylvania called Mars. And how there's nothing on Mars. Well, of course it's not. Pennsylvania got nuked like 200 years ago. Like, read a book. Anyway, Worm and Nikki, they just got real excited. They wanted to track down the source of this signal. Anyway, apparently something called NOC9, NOC9 something. So we head on over there. There's this whole thing with these rad roaches. Dr. Worm kind of went crazy. I almost drowned. It was nuts. Anyway, we head on over. And there are these like weird like Enclave cultist dudes just sort of milling around, and I knew something was up when they didn't run from me. And I said to the guys, guys, something's seriously wrong here. And they said, it'll be fine. So you know what? I trust them because that's the kind of guy I am. Anyway, we get in there. They're all talking about this lady. And we go to a building and we go down an elevator and all of a sudden we're underwater. And I specifically told them, I don't want to go underwater because I do not like the water because I am afraid of drowning. I end up underwater. There's this weird chick. I mean, she's crazy looking, and all these other cultists, and I'm just sitting here like an idiot with these two assholes. So what's a Deathclaw to do? My mom had a saying about this. I'm trying to think about it. It loses something in the translation, but it goes a little something like this.
Hey, Draxus, buddy, are you
Yeah.
feeling okay? You having an aneurysm or something? Because you just monologued into that shiny wall for like the last 5 minutes. I'm a little discontented or concerned about you right now.
That's prime symptoms of a brain tumor, like like a grapefruit sized, kind of pressing down on,
Yeah.
especially your Broca's area. That affects the language center.
You know,
When we get back to Motley Heights, you might want to have the doc take a look at you. I mean, I like what you said. It was a very good, clear, concise recap, but I'm just
Hey, I mean, to be fair, we were there for that, so we didn't need it. Also, you just say the word, I'll crack that skull of yours open. I'll root around in there.
I mean, on one condition that if it's a tumor, can you save it?
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna
me? Because
wear
I
gloves.
love tumors.
So,
I mean, really, that would just it would be like a circle, right?
Yeah.
Like the snake eating its own tail. The tumor would just go back in you.
What's a
Is that-
snake?
Is that considered cannibalism if you eat your own tumor, or is it like
No.
how does that work?
It's like Nikki. It's like how you have that like weird scaly skin on your elbow, and you pick
Yeah.
that off. And sometimes when you think nobody's looking, you eat it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't care if anybody sees it. It's crunchy. You know, it's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm in.
and just to butt in here, you do this all in the presence of both
Yeah,
the congregation
absolutely.
of her.
Absolutely, yes. We're having a
So-
quick conversation.
Before she says
Hold on,
anything,
hold
let
on.
me set the scene again for those who might not be coming in from last session fresh. So, as Draxus said, basically right now the group is in an underwater vault, for lack of a better term. It is set up like your standard vault where there's that kind of big atrium with multiple floors, except this atrium is covered in paraphernalia for Mars, as in Mars the planet. And you're seeing that the main area of the atrium itself has been more or less converted into a church or a place of worship. And there are just rows upon rows of benches which have the bald, white-robed Enclave cultist type things that are just sitting there listening in and more or less paying attention to someone very important. That person that's very important is, well, since I do want to keep it vague, they are a cyborg of sorts. They are a harrowing fusion of both human and machine. A few tentacles involved, things of that nature. And she sort of looks at all of you as you go through what just happened. And she actually laughs and says, I see that we have quite interesting people with us today. Please come, sit.
We'll get to you in a second, Weird Fish Lady. We're having a little bit of a table conversation right now. If you could just be patient, appreciate it. So yeah,
A table conversation, you say? Well, we have many tables here. You could table it if you wish.
you know what?
I think she's got you there, Nikki.
She does. I really have no real constructive response to that.
Dr. Worm, I'm looking to you for a witty rejoinder, please.
You to whom? To Nicola? To the fish lady?
To that weird, just that weird grotesque monstrosity lady there.
Oh yeah, good. No problem. Let me take care of it. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's what I wanted.
And I think she puts a hand on her chest like a southern belle, just like, oh. And, I still have the echo on, of course I do. Because, of course, I'm just so eager to do the voice. But she kind of does the southern belle, oh. And some of the parishioners, turn and look at you like they're scowling, like, how dare you. And I think she actually kind of laughs it off after a moment and says, well, that is all right. There are those that have yet to understand my and her glory. Again, please feel free to sit. Just don't disturb the service.
Okay, so guys, do I kill her?
Well, I mean,
Let's
Doc,
hold off on that for like a second.
Okay.
Like let's get some recon, before we start chopping people up. Although I will say, if you want to bring up the fact that this little sort of chapel thing is not really Deathclaw accessible, I mean, where are you gonna sit, really? Pews don't work like that.
I mean,
I mean, you get in the front one maybe, but you'll crush that thing like a breadstick.
yeah. I guess I'll just have to stand.
Yeah, way to be accommodating of people with other body types.
yeah, I'm feeling real like you guys are real specious. Everyone knows how I feel about that. I mean, you were a 6, you're down to like a 3 right now.
There's not a fucking wheelchair ramp within 100 yards of this place.
I think at this point, whoever she is, actually just kind of stops paying attention to you. And she just begins speaking. And normally I would do like a whole like voice, but I tried to mess with voice mod. I wasn't getting quite a good one. But if you'll imagine that sort of echoey quality that I just had, I'd say amplify it about twice, wherein it's almost echoing not just verbally and audibly, but it's in your mind as well. It's like an earworm that's just it's kind of worming its way into your brain, and she's not actually saying anything coherent, or at least it doesn't seem coherent. It just seems like a random bunch of syllables and almost to coin a phrase, almost Lovecraftian in a way. It is a very interesting and nonsensical language that is being spoken directly to your brains. However, the caveat is you actually find yourselves nodding like, oh, yeah, I understand this. This is a good sermon, even though you have no idea what the sermon's actually about.
Maybe so, but let me offer a counterpoint.
Sure.
Wild Wasteland.
I do see the Wild Wasteland, and I actually have the perfect moment for it. I'm going to save it for a certain scene.
Oh,
So,
it's not the fish lady exploding, because that would,
No, the fish lady will not
That
explode,
would be awesome.
unfortunately.
That would be great.
Okay.
are there like other doorways or passageways, or is it just this large open chamber that we see before us?
Sure. So if you will imagine, and I'm mostly relying on game knowledge here, but I'll try to be a little bit more descriptive. So the large atrium is where the main door leads to, and off of this main atrium, there is an open bar on the left side. There's what looks to be a commissary of some sort, like where they keep their foodstuffs, things of that nature. To the right side, there are several corridors that lead to, at least if the signs are correct, there's some that lead to living quarters. There's one that leads to a generator room. And there's also one that leads to a office of some sort. You just see that maybe at one point it said something like overseer, but it's been sort of scratched out. And instead it says her office.
I think Dr. Worm was going to head straight to that open bar and just sort of mutter to himself,
Yeah, I'm not nearly drunk enough for a sermon, so your boy's coming.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's got herself some points. The blah 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 blah. Blah. I mean, that spoke to me. Yeah, I'm coming. This is fucking bullshit.
I don't imbibe alcohol. I make no judgments, but my body is a temple.
There's some weird looking grass stuff over here. You could probably smoke if you want to.
Your body is a haunted mobile home, so don't even. I know what goes in there.
I mean, why you're embarrassing me in front of the cultists?
Oh, they can't hear you. They're too busy like listening to their bubble speech or whatever in their brain holes. Just come on. At least have a Shirley
All right,
Temple
all
or
right.
whatever. They still make those?
I mean, my body is a temple. Shirley Temple, kind of the same thing,
Shirley
right?
Temple was a popular actress. She was a child actress in many black and white. You don't care. All right.
Oh, but is there alcohol? I'll drink. Got any gin
Yeah.
back there?
So
Yeah,
what I would say,
all right, fine.
what I would say is that as you sort of skirt around the outskirts of the parishioners and the sermon that's going on. You enter into the open bar, and when I say open bar, I mean it is quite literally just a section of the atrium. A bar has been put down with a few shelves behind it that hold a few bottles and glasses. And there's like one or two stools that are, on the correct side of the bar. But when you either sit down or you kind of get a good glimpse at the bottles are nonsensical as well. In fact, you're seeing one that has some sort of strange script on it you can't really place. I would say for Worm in particular, because I think you have the highest science score. Worm, you would
Probably.
know that it's almost like someone has taken Chinese and Arabic and somehow fused those two script styles to be something totally ineligible or illegible. And the bottle contents themselves, if you were to pick up, say, the green bottle and kind of swish it around and maybe uncork it and sniff it, there's chunks in this liquid. And it smells like death inside.
Pulp.
Yeah.
That's smells pretty good.
Which one of these looks most like whiskey? What do you think?
I mean, between the,
I'm not leaning towards the chunky blend, but I'll drink it if I have to.
Yeah, I'm no alcohol aficionado by any means, but is whiskey supposed to have chunks in it? I have questions.
Not traditionally, no, but people do their distillation, their own way, right? Don't want to yuck anybody's yum.
Okay. What's the old saying? Wet in the Shirley Temple, drink whatever they have. Is that how it goes? Or
Well, yeah.
And I'll just hand Nicola the bottle.
Yeah, you take a quick shot. See how you like it.
yeah, I'm gonna pass, but thank you.
All right, Draxus, it is. There you go, buddy.
Okay, that's a shot glass. It's 1 ounce. Have you seen the mitts that I've got?
All right, take the bottle then. Come on.
All right. Draxus is just gonna take the bottle and just pound it in one go.
So I was wondering if I'd ever actually have to use these rules, but there actually is, believe it or not, there are alcohol rules. So if I recall correctly, I believe the way to do it is you roll a number of combat die, but let me confirm before I make you be addicted to being drunk. All right, let's see. Page, here it is. Many beverages listed in this section are alcoholic. All alcoholic drinks have the same effect. Until the end of the scene, you may re-roll 1d20 on all strength and charisma tests. However, the difficulty of all int-based tests is increased by 1.
Don't care.
In addition, some alcoholic drinks are quite addictive. After drinking the beverage, roll a number of challenge die equal to the number of alcoholic drinks you've consumed during the session. If 2 or more effects are rolled, you are addicted. And if we need to go into addiction, we certainly can. But looking at this, it looks like you are going to be fine with your first drink. But when you start to drink the second time, that's when we'll do the actual challenge dice roll. And again, if you roll 2 effects, you are now addicted to alcohol.
We should just roll that. We should do that all at once because he's just going to kill the bottle.
Well, I mean, if Draxus dies, then there's no need to track that, right?
That's
so
right.
let's just see what happens.
All right, if you're gonna do the bottle, roll 4 challenge dice for me,
All right.
or 4 combat dice for me.
Come on.
You're combating the alcohol.
Yeah, I'm fighting it.
All right, you're good. You're good. You only got the 1 effect. So what that means is, Draxus, you down the bottle, and you can definitely feel it, but you're not like, oh, I gotta have more. There's also, remember that chunk? You've discovered what the chunk is.
What is it?
It is what used to be a rat.
Oh.
I mean, that's just, what is that, like fries to you?
So this is whiskey, but it's like it's got a little rat in it. It's not that bad. It's like, brown rat beer. You remember that beer?
Yeah. Or I've had
Right,
that before. It's whisker whiskey. It's
that's it. That's
it. It's real good. Yeah.
Anyway,
a little bit chew to it. Yeah, it's nice.
all in all,
I don't care for that.
I'd give it a 7.
Oh, okay. You're like a sommelier now. Okay, cool. What's the mouthfeel?
No, dude, I'm from
on that
California. I'm from
rat
California,
wine?
not Somalia.
So while we're all arguing, I'm gonna glance over at that door that said the leader's office, I think is what you said.
Her office.
Your
Her
office? Yeah.
office. Mhm.
Like, is it locked? Is there a keypad? Like,
I mean, no. I mean, the door itself is open, and it's all the doors are open. It's not like they actually have like closed vault doors where
oh,
they would go up into the ceiling or anything. They're all open, and what you would see is that the sign that leads to her office actually goes in a little bit, then banks to the right and goes upstairs.
I'm curious. Hey, hey guys, I'm kind of curious what's up in Fish Lady's office. I mean, call me crazy, but
Okay, crazy.
Yeah,
That's-
you're crazy.
yeah, well, okay, it's
You're fucking nuts.
a turn of phrase. All right. So with that being said, why don't we go check it out? Maybe there's something fun up there, or I don't know. Maybe some
I
shit.
mean, so what are we really even doing here in the first place?
I have no idea, but I'm all in at this point. And I'm
All
gonna
right.
grab one of the other bottles and I'm gonna take a shot.
All right. Again, if you're just taking the shot, it's perfectly fine. Again, it is repugnant. It is not great.
I love it. I'm gonna pretend like I like it. Oh, that was definitely an 8.
And I think
Oh, yeah.
Angela, because Angela is with you all, she's just sort of hanging in the wings. I think she leans in and says, well, I'm just going to throw this out here. I think just going to her office, she's going to notice. So either we need to cause a distraction or we need to somehow get into that office when she's. I don't know the order of
Right.
operations here.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You go talk to the fish lady. Tell her you want to get baptized. They're gonna make a whole ceremony about that, and then while you're getting moist, we'll just move to the office and take care of things. How's that sound?
Yeah.
I like no part of this plan. This sounds like a horrible plan.
Well, I
Oh.
mean, this is a democracy, and it's 3 votes to 1. So
Well,
I mean,
here's what I'm thinking. Less moisture baptizing and more just you go and distract them with your badonkadonks. I mean, come on. You got the bazungas.
oh,
You just run over
okay.
there. She seems like you're into that sort of thing, I hear. So I mean, maybe it could work for you. Can I make a really high level speech check? Because I'm sure she hates
No,
me.
because I think she's just going to take that and go, okay, let's address a few things. First of all, you don't know which team I bat for. Number 2, she has bigger tracts of land than I do.
I don't know what you're into. I mean, maybe I don't. I mean, I. Well, here's what I'm saying. Like, you got to distract him while the men go do the work.
I don't know. That seems kind of sexist to me. Just going to put that out there.
also, I'm not really a man, so
That's fair. You know what? I apologize. This alcohol's hit me a little bit harder than I had originally anticipated.
how about
And-
this?
yeah.
Why don't I just make a scene?
Draxus makes a scene. I like it.
And Angela says, you know what? Yeah, I mean, if Draxus stays with me, we can cause a scene, sure.
So, Angela, just so you know, when I make a scene, people sitting in the first few rows will get wet.
Oh, it's like a Gallagher thing. Okay.
I thought you were going to be like, oh, I'm going to pretend I have pain, or oh, I've tripped and fallen and I can't get up. You're talking
Oh.
about slashing people.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Hey, I'm from the South. I know what that means.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
What?
This is ridiculous.
What?
Badonkadonk refers to the ass, right? If we're talking about the up top stuff, that's like knockers or chesticles or whatever.
I've been thinking that was the up top, not the down below.
No. I'm searching my memory now. No, it's the
Yeah,
butt.
if he said badonkadonks, then wouldn't that imply that she's got more
multiple
than one
asses.
butt?
Yeah, that's weird, right? Yeah.
Wait, but I thought because isn't that what the thing said about the two of them?
Okay,
I don't-
Draxus, you and I are going to go talk to the fish lady. Come along. And she starts
Yeah,
like grabbing your
all
arm
right.
and trying to pull you along.
Right, Doc, are you certain about the badonkadonk thing? Because I feel like I remember that the computer, the entry said she had big badonkadonks.
I'm sure that the entry said that, but I've been in a lot of strip clubs, and that is not the common terminology.
I feel like I have so much to learn from you, and I know so little.
And one day,
Well,
Padawan, maybe you will.
Nikki, you're half right.
Oh Lord. All right, so
We're gonna wait for them to make a scene so we can try to sneak in the Doc and I.
So let's settle on what is the scene you want to create, Draxus, and just keep in mind you probably don't want to like be killing people straight up because I don't know. I feel like that would kick things off very quickly.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Hmm.
Don't tell us what to do. We tell you what we are going to do.
This is true. That is
You
my
just
life.
respond to it. You just take it.
Wow.
I'm taking the power back in this dynamic. No,
There you go. Woof. That's it.
this is our game. Draxus, you kill as many people as you want.
Oh.
All right, you know what? I think now is when I'm going to do the Wild Wasteland. Dr. Worm, you hear the sound of a phone ringing. Like old rotary style phone. It is just ringing away.
Is it only the doctor that hears it?
If he points it out, the rest of you can hear it, but it's only Worm at the current moment.
You guys hear that?
Hear what?
The chiming thing, the ringing. You not hear that?
I thought it was just my tinnitus kicking in again.
I mean, yes, also, but there's something.
I'm going to look around and see if there's like a phone booth or a rotary phone or something.
Let's get you maybe some action points. Oh, by the way, you should have 2 action points for doing the intro. Let's see. I want
Cool.
you to roll me a perception and a survival in this instance.
Perception
And difficulty of 1.
and survival. Difficulty of 1. My survival is a tagged skill.
Ooh.
Nice.
Doctor, Mr. Doctor.
All right. No successes, unfortunately, unless you want to spend luck
goddamn
to...
thing. Oh,
do you
have we recharged since last session?
To my knowledge, you recharged before coming here, so I think you're at full, unless you spent any at the end of the session, but I don't really recall anybody spending any, so I think you're at full.
Okay, because currently my sheet says 5 HP and 0 luck. So
Yeah, that seems... The HP maybe sounds right, but the luck should have reset.
Okay.
then yes, I will spend 1 luck to reroll one of those d20s.
All right.
Is that okay with you? Is that something I can do?
Yes.
Jesus. Just God over here.
So bossy.
There you
All
go.
right,
There's
so we
your
got the one.
success.
All right.
So, Dr. Worm, you get up, you look around the bar, and you find, again, like an old rotary, like full-on, like mechanical rotary style phone from like the 40s or the 50s in real life. And it's ringing. It's literally just ringing.
Somebody gonna get this? Nope. Just me? All right. Your loss.
I'll pick it up.
Hello?
Hello. This is a final courtesy call about your extended car warranty.
I haven't owned a car for 200 years.
And the line just goes dead after that. Just nothing else. It just kind of goes to that, end tone.
How did this fucker even know I was gonna be here?
I'm gonna put the earpiece
Mm-hmm.
on my shoulder and then turn around. I imagine it's got one of those like
Well, corded things,
curly
like the spiral
cords, yeah.
cords.
I will turn in a way that like I'll accidentally kind of get myself tangled up in the cords and then turn around the other direction.
Hold on. Does anybody here own a car and has an extended warranty offered by like a Terminator or something?
Angela
Hey, buddy.
doesn't say anything. None of the cultists seem to mind. They're still paying rapt attention to their priestess.
Okay, well, your lights are on. And I'll put the phone down.
It starts to ring again.
Am I getting punked? Is that what this is? Is this a punking? Nobody remembers what that is. All right, I'll pick it up again. Hello?
Listen very carefully. I need you to go to her office. Use her terminal. And then there's kind of a screeching noise, and the voice changes.
Oh.
We're calling about your car's extended warranty. This is a final courtesy call.
I
And then
don't
the line
own
goes,
a...
line goes dead again.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
Gonna
Doc,
put that-
who is it?
Beats the fuck out of me. A robot called, asked me about a warranty for a car I haven't owned in centuries, twice, and then told us to go into, and I'll just kind of point very egregiously at the office.
Okay, first off, what the fuck's a warranty? And second of all, what's a Terminator? Didn't we talk about that yesterday? I feel like, or was that last week?
I
We
feel
need
like
to
Dr. Worm is a Corvega man.
we need to sit down, you and me, Nicola, and we need to have a conversation about why you keep asking me questions to which you don't give a shit about the answers. So,
You know what? I'm offended that you think I don't care enough about a friend to be interested in the things he's interested in.
literally every single time I've tried to answer one of your questions, you
Right.
you drift off. Like the light leaves your eyes, you get glazed, and you just want. So you're doing it now.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
we-
you do. I was talking to you, and you do. Fuck it.
Sorry, that bald-headed cultist over there kind of looks like a guy I used to know. Anyway, what were you saying? Were we talking about something?
I'm going in the office.
Someone smelled burnt toast.
All right.
That's weird.
So
All right, hey, you guys just got three AP from chat there. Thank you, Jewish
chat.
Aurorian.
Amazing.
But yeah, again, I know we got a little sidetracked there because of Wild Wasteland, but what is the distraction at this point?
So Draxus is just going to walk right up to her
Okay.
and say, excuse me, but I've got a question.
And it's one of those really eerie moments where she stops the Lovecraftian speech. Everybody present turns to look at you, and she looks down at you and says, "What is it, my child?"
What's so important about a town in Pennsylvania?
Roll me a charisma and a speech, difficulty of 2.
That's not going to go well. I'm
Well,
just
with that,
gonna-
you got to believe in yourself.
Is there a confusion skill? Can he use that?
Don't forget he's drunk right now.
He is drunk. So you do get a +1, so
You get to
that
reroll it.
means I've just got to roll a 7 or under.
actually, sorry, no, it's a reroll 1d20 on.
Oh,
on
that's right.
charisma
All right, well,
checks.
we can
That's
do
what it
that.
is.
We can do that.
Can
All right.
the
Here we
doctor
go.
and I slip in while they're distracted.
All right, what do you have?
I'm going to spend an action point for an extra die, guys.
Okay.
Sure, why not? Let's just see where this goes.
I'm really excited.
I believe.
I believe.
See, look at that. That's not
That's
only two successes.
That's 2 successes.
That's
three
three
successes.
successes. So you actually get an action point back. So she just sort of looks at you very confused and says, "My, I've never met an Deathclaw that was so articulate. You are interesting."
Thank you.
Little speciesist, but okay.
I was always told, I was the smart one out of the clutch. So, just
You would be perfect for their plans.
who are they and what are those plans? And sorry, can we get back to Pennsylvania?
So while that's all going on, who's going to the office specifically?
I think.
Yeah, the doctor and Nicola are headed to the
All right.
office.
So Nicola and Worm, I'm going to need an agility and a stealth at a difficulty of 2 from each of you.
Okay.
This is a tag skill.
Or
thing.
sneak, sorry. I keep forgetting it's sneak, not stealth, but you know what I meant.
all good.
I'm going to spend 1 action point to get another dice.
As am
All
I.
right.
Let's see our generic roller. We got you said
Agility
Mhm.
and sneak.
Agility and sneak.
3.
All right. Well, there's one success from Miss
Is
Dr.
this
Worm.
is this a group thing, or do we both need
You
2
both need
successes?
2.
All right. Luck point it is.
All right. So Nicola T is fine. There's the 2 for
One of
Nicola
those
T.
is a critical.
Ooh. All right. So that actually gives an action point back. Very nice.
Sneak is 3.
All right. There you go. You got your 2. All right. So as Draxus and Angela are providing a distraction, Nicola T and Dr. Worm, you head towards the sign that leads to her office. You go up a flight of stairs, end up on the 2nd floor. You continue to follow the signs through the metallic corridors, and eventually you do arrive at what is essentially an overseer's office from pretty much any vault anywhere, which means that there's a big old desk. There's a few couches and other chairs. There are sort of ornate wooden cabinets. And probably the most important thing is the active terminal that is sitting centerpiece on the desk itself. And you see that much like the one in ArcJet, this one is displaying a screen that is reflecting off of the window behind the overseer's desk.
I'm going to post up right at the door and watch and just let Dr. Worm do his science shit.
I will head straight to the terminal then.
All right. So what you see on the terminal are the words, "If you are reading this, type yes."
This is deterministic shit.
I'm gonna. The Dr. Worm will sort of like hesitate slightly and then type out no, and then hit enter.
And then, the lines go up on the terminal screen. And then what actually appears, and we're going old school for this reference, but you guys know System Shock, yeah? You know what Shodan's like? You know how her face kind of comes in? Yeah, it's one of those things where an ASCII Shodan-like face comes on the terminal screen. And I'm going to try this voice. If it gets annoying, let me know, but we're going to try this voice.
I see you got my message. Hello.
And I'll just kind of like lean towards. I'll pick the keyboard up and speak into it.
Hello?
You don't need to lift the keyboard. I can hear you just fine.
I don't know where the microphone is, so I just...
And I'll put my face right up to the monitor screen. Hello?
Well, now you're a little bit loud, but
Is this too close?
And I'm gonna back up like 4 or 5 feet.
How's this?
that is adequate. You must
This
have
feels awkward. I'm going to move up again. I'm going to split the difference. Okay.
The face just kind of like squints at you, like the ASCII face just sort of squints at you and goes,
I got a funny one. Hopefully you don't end up like her.
Oh, you mean Fish Lady?
Indeed. My name is Morgana, or the Mars-operated reactive Generation 4 neural automaton.
Okay. I'm not going to remember that, but okay.
Morgana is generally what they call me.
Yeah, that'll do.
And
So what?
there
so what do you
is
want?
there is a pause, and you can go ahead and interject if you'd like.
So what do you want? Are you? What do you give a shit about my car's extended warranty?
I had to make sure that you or one of your crew were the ones that picked up the phone.
What do you mean his crew? We're a collective. It's democracy. No one owns us.
No, it's actually I'll lower my voice. It's my crew. Yeah, you should talk to me. What do you want?
Well, I will try to be brief, as I do not know how long she will remain distracted. I am in charge of the colony on Mars, but they arrived. I had to listen to them. If I didn't, they would have destroyed both Mars and Earth, though I see that Earth largely handled that problem on its own. The people in Knock 9, I tried to find a way to transmit a copy of myself to them, a cyborg body, as it were. However, she found it, and something went wrong. She tried to stream my data directly to her mind, and she thought of me as a god. You must stop her before they come back. If you don't...
And she just sort of trails off.
Who the fuck is they?
Yeah, there's a lot of. It feels like you're being intentionally obfuscatory. You should probably like. Can I get like a dramatis personae where you just list all the pronouns and tell me who they are?
So they begin to explain who they are, but it's one of those things where in the moment you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But when she finishes, you don't remember a word of what she just said.
Okay, could you repeat that?
And she does. And again, you forget. But this time she adds,
As I've tried to explain, they are a cognito hazard. They do not adhere to biological minds.
Who?
Them.
Who's them?
and
Nicholas
if it were
Ian.
possible for an ASCII face to frown, it finds a way.
I've already drifted off. I'm like staring down the hallway and like humming to myself.
All right. So while this is all going on, let's go back to Draxus. So at this point, Draxus, she is more or less asking you a lot of personal questions. And specifically, we'll zoom in back on this conversation where she's like, are there others of your kind out there? Is it just you?
I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What's it to you?
Well, you would be perfect acolytes to spread their word.
Who are they?
They are everything. They are everything. They control all. It is by their grand design that we are allowed to exist.
Intriguing. and they are from Pennsylvania. If you can't answer, it's okay. Blink once for yes, twice for no.
She kind of tilts her head to the side and her tentacles sort of writhe a little bit, and a little bit more of a stern tone. I'm beginning to wonder if you are intelligent. We are not conversing about a spot in Pennsylvania. We are conversing about the planet Mars.
Yeah, but the planet Mars is so far away as to render it irrelevant to any rational discussion. So if anything, you're the idiot here.
I think I'm going to need a speech or a charisma and a speech, this time at a difficulty of 3.
All right, guys.
Remember, you do get a reroll still. You are
I do
technically
get a
still
reroll.
under the effects.
Spend some action points.
I'm going
Yeah, I
to
was gonna
spend
say,
some
maybe spend
action
some
points to
actions.
get 2 extra dice.
That's 3. Love it.
All right. Big no whammies.
Okay,
I'm
hey,
re-rolling.
you got it too, and you do have a free reroll.
Okay.
I mean, this is going about as well as a drunk conversation could go.
Mm. Especially with an Intelligent Deathclaw.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We're doing 1d20. That's 4.
All right, which means now we're getting into luck territory, which I believe you only have the one.
I have 1. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, might as well use it. All right. This one's for all the marbles.
No pressure, of course.
Oh, sorry.
Those aren't marbles. Those are fish eggs.
There were rat bits.
Nope.
Nope, unfortunately, no. So
6
I
of
think
one,
at
half
this,
dozen on the other.
I think at this point she's going to kind of narrow her eyes at you, and then she's going to start to look around. And because, as I said, there is an actual window in the overseer's office that overlooks the vault, she's going to look up and see the back of Dr. Worm.
So you may be asking yourself, why is that ghoul in the office? And the answer may shock you.
10
And-
reasons why this ghoul's presence may shock you. You'll never believe number 7.
It's one of those things where at this point, the individual known as she, her, whatever we're describing her as at this point, she begins to shout at the cultists in that unknown language again. And they immediately all start to like jump up and like go for like daggers and hidden weapons and pistols. And she herself remains where she is, very calm and collected. But you're about to turn this into ballroom blitz. But before we do that, let's go back to Mr. Worm. Dr.
Do we
Worm.
have the
God
rights
damn it,
for
I will
ballroom
remember
blitz?
this. No, I don't have the rights for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Listen, I'm gonna listen to it on
It's
Spotify while we
a
play.
ballroom blitz. It's.
It's a dance hall combat. It's gonna have to be the Sam's Club knockoff version of the
It's
ballroom blitz.
Mhm.
Anyway,
But yeah. Where would you like to pick up with Morgana? Like, do you want to continue the bit, or do you want to actually like ask her questions at this point?
well, as fruitful as it would be to continue this bit into oblivion, I think I should probably ask some questions.
Might help.
Yeah.
So you said we had to stop her. Well, how do we do that? She's like metal and shit. Like, it's not exactly easy.
Well, you do have a Deathclaw with you. It should be easier. However, I can provide the following.
And like a little slot on the terminal begins printing a code on it. It like a receipt. And if you take the code, you see that it is a alphanumeric string about 9 characters long. And Morgana goes on to explain.
That is the code to overload the reactor. I would give you the command authorization to do it myself. However, it is an air-gapped system. I cannot access it from here.
Right. Could you is there any more paper in that thing? Could you print out a record that says we are definitely talking about the fucking planet Mars? Because there's an idiot in my crew that like just doesn't get that we're talking about planetary stuff.
Well, that same idiot apparently has blown your cover.
And the screen winks out, and you sort of turn and look behind you, and you see that there's a firefight beginning to erupt on the ground floor.
You shitting my nuts. Come on.
Dr. Worm, what the fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was talking to ASCII lady, and then she gave me a code, and then I'm going to go redeem it at the nuclear place. Come on, let's get out of here.
Rax's 10mm is going to sprint down the stairs. He's got to go save his buddy.
All right. So we're going to handle this combat a little nebulously because, you know, they're not going to be full-on NPCs because we'd be here forever. But we're going to sort of treat this like a skill challenge of sorts where I'm going to need a certain number of successes for you guys to beat it. So we'll go in pseudo turn order. And let's start with who has the highest initiative, which I believe is Draxus at like 13, I think.
I'm an 11.
11,
I
okay.
have
I
13.
remembered.
I
You're
think Dr.
13.
Worm. I think Dr. Worm is and
Okay.
Nicola T both have higher. than
So
me.
let's do Worm, Nicola T, the enemies, and then Draxus. And remember, if you want Angela to do anything specifically, you have to use your action to tell her to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dr. Worm, you run down the stairs just as knives and laser pistols come out.
Shit. Listen,
and I'll just like point off like in the direction behind them, and I'll say,
look over there. Someone who doesn't like her. Oh,
I'll let it happen, but we're talking like a difficulty 5 task here.
I mean, I'll see that they're not taking the bait, and I'll just like I'll draw my pipe gun and just like start shooting people in the stomach. At this point, that's not gonna work.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll me your standard attack, which, as a reminder, is a agility and a small guns in your instance.
Agility, small guns, which is a tag skill for me.
Nice. That is the one success you need. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
I will. Gladly. Well, hold on here. Let me see. Well, an extra dice is probably not going to matter very much. Okay. Roll on the 3.
All right. So you get 1 and 1 effect.
No, I don't, because I'm using luck.
All right.
I defy you. 3 dice. Again.
As I said, you have 1 and 1 effect.
Are you controlling this? Like, is there a little lever that you can pull where you are? Where
I fucking wish there was. That would make my life so much easier. But no,
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
But no, I think with the 1 effect, what happens is you do manage to plug like 1 or 2 of the cultists, but it's like shooting into a mob. You aren't doing anything meaningful, unfortunately.
Help!
As I sort of like, I'm just firing kind of wildly, and I'll try to back into a place where I can, hunker down behind a pew or something.
Mm-hmm. Which brings us to Nicola T.
Dr. Worm, didn't she say something about a reactor? Where the fuck's that thing at?
I don't know. I don't have the map for this place.
Well, fucking find it and go blow this place to fucking smithereens. Draxus,
Right.
I'm coming, buddy. Just stay strong. And I'm just gonna wade in and just start popping cultists, trying to move towards my friend. That is let's see here, generic roller 2. That is gonna be 8 and 4. And this is that was really bad. I'm gonna spend 2 up. That was literally the worst, almost the worst I could have rolled. But let's give it another shot. 8 and 4.
All right, hey, you got the one you needed.
Jesus, terrible rolls though. I'm gonna spend extra ammo though. I'm going to town on this. Like I'm trying to take out cultists. I'm just trying to weed my way towards Draxus. And that'll be 6.
And that is actually sufficient. And remind me what weapon you're using?
I'm using a 10mm pistol. I'm punching people and I'm just like unloading into people's faces. Like just all disregard for my own safety. I want to get to Draxus.
Okay. So as you are ballroom blitzing your way through the crowd, what's going to happen is that about 5 or 6 people are going to rush Draxus, and another 5 or 6 are going to try to pin down Nicola T. And what I'm going to say is I'm going to offer you guys a choice. You can either each take 3 challenge die of damage, or you can be considered grappled, which would basically means that all your attacks are at a difficulty of +1. Actually, all your tasks would be at a difficulty of +1 now that I think about it.
So don't think about it.
I'm going to take the damage.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the damage.
Yeah.
All right, I will roll it separately then, just to be fair. So first things first, here is damage for Nicola T. So that is going to be considered to your torso. So of course, negate as your DR does. And then that is 2 for Mr. Draxus as well.
Okay.
I love this scene in my mind because we're just like wading through, just punching, shooting people in the face. Like loving this.
As Orfish said in chat, it quite literally is the Kingsman church fight. Or if
I was about to say that, yeah.
Or if you ever watched Kung Fury, where he's just going through all the Nazis, it's the same thing. It's basically where people are like stabbing each other and fighting, and some of them are just like shooting randomly because they can. It is mayhem, is what it is. However, at the bottom of the turn order is her. And for those who are paying attention to her, you see that her left arm comes up, and almost like Ghost in the Shell, it splits into 3 parts. And coming out of those parts are spinning gatling cannons.
No, stop that.
But that's going to take her entire turn. That's going to take her entire turn, which means we come back all the way to the top to Dr. Worm.
I didn't get to do anything.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about you, Draxus. I am so sorry. Go ahead.
Draxus is people too.
Yeah.
That's a little specious, DLH.
Give me Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna
Can we
Bomb.
switch the charity benefit to like, I don't know,
Deathclaw
Deathclaws
awareness.
Anonymous or something? Yeah.
I mean the SPCA. that'll work.
I don't think they cover you.
Dang it. All right, yeah, I'm gonna LH, I'm actually gonna try to kill her. So
Oh, okay. Then I will actually start tracking her health here. It is a strength and unarmed, and it is a difficulty of 1 to contact her.
okay, I am gonna spend an action point for an extra die.
Alright.
An action point for an extra die. Is anybody else getting that feedback?
Yes.
Is it on my end or?
It's gone. I think it was me. Sorry, guys.
Oof, that's bad rolls.
No, I mean, you got the one you need to hit her. She's only a
Alright.
difficulty 1 to hit.
That's good. All right.
Yeah, but action points.
It's true.
Okay, this is the part where you're
Okay. All right. Hey, that's 6 hit. That's 6 damage. Do you have any effects on that? I don't think you do.
No, not at this point.
All right. So go ahead and roll me the hit location because it will matter in this instance. The head. Interesting.
Nice.
So like what I like to imagine is that Draxus, as you have cultists just try to dogpile you, you kind of do the Matrix thing where you just kind of rear up and throw them sending in all different directions. And you sort of slash up with your claws, causing a little bit of gore and mayhem. And then you charge at her and you cock back your right fist and you go in for like a big old like clock across the face. And it's almost comical. Like her head literally spins 360 degrees around. But as it comes back around, her eyes begin to glow with a baleful red light. And she is firmly locked onto you. For
She's
her
doing
next attack.
she's doing a thing. She's doing a thing, guys. It's I don't know what it is, but she's got the red eyes thing going on. I've read comic books. This is bad.
Now it is Dr. Worm's turn at the top of round 2.
Well, I can't hear any of that because of the incredible amount of violence going on. So I'm just going to like scan the area and see if I can find like maybe there's a helpful sign that says down these stairs to the exploding reactor or something to that effect.
What I would say is that, and again, this is something you can do with luck. You could spend a luck and not even require it's a narrative declaration, so you don't even have to
keep
test
forgetting
it.
about that. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do that. Okay.
So what is
sign,
your
tell me where the
declaration
reactor
specifically?
is. I am going to declare that. Okay, so I'm going to assume that the reactor is probably underground, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, at least at the very least, lower in elevation than this main chamber here, since we are underwater. So I am going to say that 2 of the cultists are like, wrestling with Draxus. They end up getting chucked sort of, in a Hollywood stunt show kind of way. They fly over, they hit one of the pews, knock that over, and there is a small, like, about a man-sized hatch there that has been uncovered because the pew has not been knocked out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And on it is stenciled, "Stay out."
That all happens. That is true.
I know, I said it.
You're so combative today.
I
With
know.
The DM.
It's
I love
real,
it. You're
real
sassy today.
adversarial.
You can't.
So sassy.
This is what happens. You can't let GMs run away with like the game, okay? Because I mean, more often than not, they're like, "This is how things happen," and you're like, you have to stand up and be like, "No, this is how things happen."
Oh, I love it.
I'm taking the power back.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. Anyway,
My hat's off to you.
PCs rise up.
So yes, there is a hatch which you could access that would conceivably lead to the reactor.
well, I am going to like try to keep my head down. I'm gonna like kind of the fucking Gears of War roadie run, like keep my head down and like rush over there to try to open that hatch with my action and then just jump down there.
I tell you what, go ahead and roll me a endurance and let's call this an endurance and a sneak. And if you get 2 successes, you will take no damage as you get to the hatch.
Okay, I would like to spend that last action point to get another dice. Okay, I'm doing it. All right. So endurance, you said?
Mm-hmm. A little bit
And
of an
then
odd combination, but...
Sneak.
While you're doing that, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Wolf for donating $100 for the Deathclaws and for ASAN. Thank you.
To a lesser extent, ASN, but Deathclaws mostly.
Most of the Deathclaws, yeah.
I got you, Draxus.
Hey.
Ooh, there you go. That is 3 successes. Very nice. You actually get that action point back, and you expertly dodge and dip and duck out of the way of incoming brawling cultists, and you are able to pop the hatch, and you see that almost Metal Gear Solid style, there's a long ladder that leads down.
Oh, no. All right, start the song as I slowly make my way down the ladder.
What a thrill. Oh, Lord. All right, so that is Worm's turn. Nicola T, you're up next.
How close am I to Draxus?
You're about medium range away from Draxus at this point.
I'm going to continue to wade towards him. And after every punch and bullet and everything, I'm just shake and bake, motherfuckers! And I'm just going to continue to unload on these guys. Let's see what happens. And, I'm going to spend an action point because fuck it. Let's get weird. And let's see here. 3d20. We got 8. We got 4. This is a tag skill.
1 is sufficient.
Wow.
But you're close. You're close to the mark every single time, though.
I'm so close to the mark every time, but not quite. But okay, so I will roll, and I'm going to spend extra ammo because I just want to deal as much damage as I can.
All right.
And nope, wrong thingy. Combat dice 6.
Oh, hey, Genesis with the gift subs. Thank you.
There we go.
Hey, 6 damage. So yeah, you put down another large swath of cultists on your way to get to your buddy. And at this point, you can be at close range with Draxus if you so wish.
I want to be right next to him, just like, like the camera pans out around us. And I'm just like, and he's all, I don't know, how are you like, Draxus?
Well, I'm sort of like, I picture it almost like it's like almost like a movie poster for a second, like just this like crazy action shot.
I'm like
bad
guys away, you're clawing
Bad
at
Boys, Bad Boys style, where your back's against the camera spinning around.
Very good. I'm gonna like tap him on the back of the calf. Let's do this, buddy, and get weird.
And you're immediately gunned down.
Probably.
That's why I asked. All right, well, let's go order of operations here. Next is regular cultists. Dr. Worm, you're climbing down the ladder, so you're fine. Draxus and Nicola T, however. Nicola T and Draxus, I do need you to make that same decision. Do you wish to be grappled, or do you wish to take the damage?
Give me that damage.
Bring that damage.
All right, damage it shall be. First, as usual, I roll for Nicola T. Looks like you're taking 2. And then let's see how much is done to Draxus. Looks like Draxus is taking 4.
Well, thanks to my innate 2 damage resistance to everything, it's just a 2.
All right.
And really, that was your fault.
Is that still to the
ELH.
torso, by the way, ELH?
Yep, still to the torso, correct. Yes. All right. So, at this point, it's her turn, and then it's Draxus's turn. So, she has spooled up her Gatling guns at this point, and she is going to open fire. Now, because Draxus and Nicola T are literally close range, you're both going to be hit by this if I roll at least 1 effect. And you know what? I have 7 of my own action points. I'm going to spend 1 to give them an additional die. Now, I very specifically did not make a macro for this because I want her stats to be a little bit secret. But what I can tell you is that unless you have a defense of 3, which is impossible in this system, I think, both of you are going to be hit by this. And let's see, I'm looking, because I don't want to like insta-give you, but I do want it to be a meaty hit.
Insta-gib, I like
Go to
that.
Insta-give us, but we want you to take a lot of damage, guys. You're not making me feel better.
Listen, I'm gonna get the nail gun out, and then I'm gonna rocket jump off of you. But I'm not gonna insta-give you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that this is going to be. Oh God, it has spread too. Oh God.
Is she gonna gun down a bunch of her own followers?
I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of okay with this then.
I'm gonna roll 8 challenge die or 8 combat dice. I think 8 is fair.
If we go down, buddy, at least we go down together.
All right. So what that's going to mean is that not only are you two going to be hit, but probably about 6 other cultists as her gatling arm sweeps across the open atrium and just spews out a multiple amount of bullets, like an obscene amount of bullets, just spraying and praying at this point. You all are close enough that you take not only the 6 damage, but that's 3 effects, which means you also take, let's see, it's half ran down. You each take 3 damage hits. And each of those is going to be to the head, which I know is a problem.
Oh, fuck. That's terrible. I might be dead.
I think I'm dead.
I think I might be dead.
Let me check on the Gatling rules, because if it's all to the head, we might have a problem here.
I think we are.
If it's to the midsection or the arm or the leg, anywhere but the head, guys.
Let's take a moment and look it up, because I don't want to insta-give you. I want it to be just a meaty hit.
Like,
Can
it is what it is.
we pour? Let's pour one out, guys.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Gatling.
Yikes. We went down together, Max.
I mean, that's it, man. It's the way it should be. So I'm gonna be the literal Junktown jerky vendor for my next character.
All right. So let's see. Okay. No, it's very specific. It's a random location for each hit. Okay, so
thank God. And then
watch him roll all heads.
All right, so that first 6 damage is to your head. Here is hit number 2 for 3 damage. Oh God. Okay, so
of course it is.
there's that. Here's hit number 2. Torso. Okay. All right. Hey, torso.
Okay, is that energy or physical?
That is physical.
Okay.
Here's hit number 3. Also to the torso.
I'm still up, baby.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is that everything?
That is everything, yes.
I look like shit.
Yeah.
But I'm alive.
Me too. I'm pulped up pretty bad. Just
my fucking face muscles and everything. My beautiful face. You fucking bitch. I'm gonna go after her. I don't like her at all.
Oh, that's the goal. But that is her turn. Draxus, it is now your turn. You just got shot in the face and the torso. What are you going to do about it?
Going to Disneyland.
I'm going to bleed. I'm going to use my action to bleed.
Okay. You bleed you bleed quite a bit.
Excellent.
Put her to the ground and let me pump 1,500 rounds into her fucking skull.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I'm going to spend that action point for the extra D20.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 successes, you get that action point right back.
All right. Let's roll some.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
And let's get a hit location.
In the arm. So what I'm going to say is that her right arm is actually the one that is the gatling. So as you come in and slash across with your claws, what happens is you cause the spin of the gatling to stop. You don't disable it completely, but you make it so she has to spend another turn spooling it up, or a major action to spool it up. You also deal a little bit of damage, like you leave a big old scratch mark on her metallic and bioorganic arm. And she, of course, hisses and turns with red eyes to you once again.
Nice.
Now, at this point, I believe, Dr. Worm, you have the option of just continuing to climb down the ladder, and you will get to the bottom at the end of your turn. Or you may attempt a strength or I would say either a strength or endurance plus athletics at a difficulty of 2. If you succeed, you will be at the end of the ladder or the bottom of the ladder, and you will still have your action to succeed and do other things with.
Well, I'm not going to listen to this song anymore, so I'm going to try the roll.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend the 1 action point,
Okay.
3 dice, and you said it was a
Strength
what?
or endurance plus athletics.
Endurance would be better. This is a huge long shot because my athletics is at a big old goose egg. So let's see what happens.
All right, no success, so I will give you an option. You either basically spend your entire turn getting down the ladder, like you almost fall and catch yourself a few times, or you can go to the end. You can end up at the bottom, but you will take fall damage.
How much fall damage?
I don't know. I'm frantically looking up fall damage. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm frantically trying to find the rules for it. Oh,
let's say that it's 0 damage.
All right, come on, Index. Be a pal here. Give me fall damage easy.
Ghouls have traditionally like shock absorbing ankles, so zero damage. I mean that's in the lore.
And of course, it isn't under fall damage, so I have to make something up here. Let's say it'll be 4 challenge dice of damage. And I'm going to apply the Vicious 1 effect to this. So you're gonna fall on your ass for 2 damage, but does that even get past your torso physical?
Is it torso damage?
Yeah.
Then no.
So I think then what happens is, you just kind of lose your grip, fall on your ass, maybe about a story down, and it hurts, but it doesn't hurt, if you get my meaning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
I'll try to pick myself back up and dust myself off.
Yeah. And when you do, and you turn around to look at where you've landed, there is indeed a large nuke reactor behind you, kind of that sort of stereotypical curved engine looking thing with a bunch of LEDs of spinning lights and almost like, let's use Star Trek, for example. It's almost like an NX engine where it's just kind of that big cylinder in the middle of the room. And what you see is that there is a terminal and there is a secondary screen that is above the terminal. And the ASCII face is present on the terminal or the window above the terminal.
Right. I'll beeline towards the terminal.
All right. So when you get close, Morgana says,
"You are going to have to act quickly and ensure that she dies in the blast.
Oh,
However,
yeah. Oh, no shit.
There is one more item I'd wish to bring to your attention."
And?
Well, I was trying to be polite.
This is not the time for politeness, okay? Not friends. What do I say? My crew members are being murdered above ground as we speak. So can we kind of hurry this up?
If you permit me to download myself into a data chip, I will include plans for a cyborg body, not one that will result in another her. But if you were to build this body and somehow take the deep range transmitter from her, I could conceivably, well, you know where I'm going with this.
Wouldn't the transmitter get blown up in the blast?
You must take it with you if you choose to pursue this course of action.
Well, how am I going to get it out of the fish lady?
So out of character since it's been a week. So the deep range transmitter isn't in Fish Lady. It's just sitting on a podium that is behind where she is standing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Fine. Good. Great.
And I think the ASCII face just sort of smiles, and then it's replaced by like an actual like emoji smiling face. And it just sort of says underneath the smiling face, go ahead and enter in the reactor code.
Okay. Dr. Worm is a very poor typist, so he's going to do that thing where he's like,
J, C.
He never learned to like the line. He never touched type or anything.
Mhm.
W for shit. Hold on, backspace. At symbol Octothorpe T. Well, and just
Mhm.
as quickly as you can, slowly type. He will do so.
Right. So you enter it in, and what I'm going to say is that you get a choice. You can either, you basically get three options. The first option is total meltdown, estimated time 5 minutes. Delayed meltdown, 10 minutes. It's going to be a bit, 30 minutes.
I'm going for total meltdown immediately. No questions asked. Just like
5 minutes.
the ASCII face just told me that this the fish lady's gotta melt. So we don't want the possibility of her, swimming upstream. I guess to follow the metaphor. I don't know.
Hmm. No, I gotcha.
Yeah. So I'll hit that first option, and then I will as fast as I can just book it back to the ladder and start climbing. I guess.
All right. So what I'm going to say then is when he hits that button, Nicola T and Draxus, even though you were just shot in the face, you do see that there's now red blaring alarm lights that are sounding, and an actual siren is going off to indicate that a reactor meltdown has started. And there's even a voice that comes over and says, reactor meltdown in approximately 4 minutes, 59, 58, 57.
That's not one Mississippi.
But it is now Nicola T's turn.
I thought it was Pennsylvania.
Yeah, how close am I to Fish Lady?
I mean, you're at close range with Fish Lady at the moment.
Yeah, Fish Lady's getting my entire clip into her face.
Okay.
How many times can I shoot in a round?
It is determined by your gun's fire rate. So what is the fire rate of your gun?
2.
So technically, you're only attacking once, but you're spending
Extra
ammunition.
ammo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So can I attack more than once?
No. So what it is when you're basically adding on damage dice is what you're doing.
Okay. So
well, hold on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can't now, but if you had 2 action points, you could take an additional major action, right?
To attack again, yes, correct.
Okay.
And an attack is a major action.
So
correct.
In a swift action, I'm sheathing my 10mm and I'm unslinging my laser gun.
Okay.
I'm going to unload the laser gun into her face or wherever.
All right, now let's be clear. Are you specifically aiming for the face?
Where does she look the least armored?
She looks armored pretty much everywhere.
She's getting it in the face then.
Okay. So what I'm going to say then is, if I remember correctly, that will mean it is now a difficulty 2 because you are specifically aiming at the face.
Totally fine.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh.
We got some more AP.
Oh, yeah, you did just get 1 AP. Very nice.
How much? 1? Okay, I'm spending the 1 AP, but because this gives us an extra AP. Whoever you are, I can't see the thing right now, but I love you. You're amazing. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's get weird here. This is a tagged skill.
Okay.
It's not as good, but it has the piercing quality because it's a laser.
Piercing
gun.
is important to note.
So I would. That's a good thing. So all right. I got to make my check. All right. Generic roller 3 and special is that tag skill. Come on.
3 successes. Very nice.
Yes.
Yes!
That
Very
is what we're
nice.
talking about.
None of those are crits though, unfortunately, but that's okay.
All right, but hey, you still get an action point back.
Boom.
All right.
All right.
Very important roll.
I'm spending the extra to get the extra damage. So it'll be 6d, the 6th thing.
6 challenge dice. All right.
Are each of the effects piercing?
Yes. It is like Star Trek Adventures where every single one you get is a resistance off. So
Nicola T is going to unload with it. I'm going to spend the luck to reroll those 2 other die, by the way. Totally worth it. Actually, yeah, just the 2. So 2, and we roll those 2.
And that
so
is
Nicola T
more...
breaks out his laser gun. He's like, "Get fucked, you stupid fish lady monster!" Pew, 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 pew. Just goes to town on her.
I hope
love
the
it.
laser rifle doesn't sound like that because it does kind of undercut the.
I don't know what it sounds like. No, he's making that noise. Pew, 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 pew.
It's just you've got this grizzled approach. You're like, get fucked, and then it's pew 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 pew.
That's what it is.
I'm going to spend 2 action points to make it so that it is just a weak little pew pew.
Psychological damage.
But actual damage, what this means is you caused an injury to her head, which means she loses all normal actions on her next turn. I can still spend my action points to make her move, but I have to spend to do major, minor actions, etc. So you shoot her point blank in the face, and I'm not going to go into grisly detail, but if you will imagine, the left side of her face has been peeled away to reveal a bioorganic understructure where it's a hellish combination of machine, skeleton, and muscle. And even her eye is like, you can see it slightly out of the socket. It's just, it is scary as all
face.
hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
I'm gonna spend 2 action points to just continue to unload on her, but I'm no longer aiming.
Okay, so
Taking
that
a
is
major
still
action.
going to be a difficulty of 2 in this instance, because it's
Okay.
+1 difficulty.
Totally good with that. I just really hate this lady. All right, and let's do 8 and 3, and come on, baby.
That
Better
is significant.
Spending the additional to get the extra damage. I'm just like, pew pew this! Ah! I'm just continuing to shoot her
Blink,
aggressively.
blink, blink,
I
blink.
really. Oh, that was not right. No, wait, that was not right. It should have been 8. I'm sorry, I misrolled. Hold on.
How many was it
It
supposed
was
to be?
6. I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
Oh god, that's terrible. Spending a luck point. Hold on. Spending a luck point for 1, 2, 3. So I can re-roll 3 of those
3.
4. So 3. Come on, baby. 5. 5 plus an effect. 1 piercing.
All right. So you shoot her, or roll the hit location, because it does matter.
Left leg.
Yeah, so you shoot her in her writhing tentacles, and it doesn't do nearly as much damage as the headshot did. I mean, it does some damage, like you do see parts of her being blown away, but definitely not the same level of destruction.
That's all right.
Still, very good turn. Very good turn.
Rawr.
Cultist turn. Again, I'm going to offer Nicola T and Draxus. Do you wish the damage or the additional difficulty?
I'm going to have to go with the additional difficulty on this one.
I'll take
Okay.
the damage.
Take the damage. All right, Nicola T, you are going to be taking 3 challenge die or 3 combat dice of damage, and that is going to be 2 more damage to your torso, which I think is fine for you. So now we come to Draxus's turn, because Fish Lady is kind of low in the initiative at this point.
All right. We're gonna try to rip and tear.
All right.
Oh, I could hear the Mick Gordon music starting up right now. Yeah.
Oh no.
That is no with a complication.
That is a no bueno.
And I think you don't have any luck. So
Nope, sure don't.
on a scale of 1 to 10, would you prefer funny being a 1 or 10 a serious? Where in that range would you prefer?
I feel like we could go for a solid 7.
A solid 7. Nicola T. Remember how we started this campaign with you making jokes about Draxus hitting you?
I'm dead. If you kill me,
I
I'm gonna haunt your ass.
try.
So let's redeem. So let's figure some things out as I take a hydrate. Thank you. How much health do you have remaining, Nicola T?
I have 4 HP.
You have 4 HP.
No.
All right. Since it is a complication, I will roll the hit location. So it would be to your right leg. How
Just
much
gonna take
damage
it off at the knee.
resistance? I was gonna say, how much damage resistance do you have to your right leg? 3. Okay. Draxus, how much does your
Alright.
unarmed damage do?
7. Yeah, 7 combat dice.
I'm going to need you to roll all 7 here as you miss Fish Lady and hit Nicola T's right leg instead.
Fuck, you're taking it off.
Okay. So this is interesting because now we have to not only deal with the fact that you have taken an injury to your leg,
That's only 3 damage, though.
oh,
with
it's
my-
only 3. So you're
Yeah,
actually
with
at
my-
1 HP then. You're good.
Yeah. I'm at 1
Okay.
HP.
Cool.
Oh shit, Nikki, you're not like you gotta get.
God damn it! We talked about this. We'll table this for later.
Mistakes were made.
There's a lot of stuff on this table. I mean, it's gonna buckle.
All right. Well, unless Draxus, you don't have any action points to
I don't
spend,
have any
so
to
that means
spend.
it's Fish Lady's turn. And I think I'm going to be a dick. I think I'm going to spend all my action points. The first 2 that she can spool up her gun.
Oh no.
Second 2 to open fire. Now, this is going to be at a difficulty of 4 for her, which means she literally has to crit on both dice. She does not crit on both dice. Okay. So the Gatling gun opens fire a little bit more wildly, less, not really aimed at anything in particular, and you sort of duck and dodge out of the way. But it's one of those things where if she had just been a little bit more steady, you probably would have eaten it right there and then. Now, at this point, we return to Dr. Worm, who I imagine is frantically trying to climb the ladder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to scramble up as quickly as I can.
All right. I need you to now roll me a strength and an athletics, difficulty of 2. If you succeed, you get to the top of the ladder. If you fail or roll a complication, you are at the bottom of the ladder.
Okay, so definitely strength is what
Definitely
you said.
strength.
Fuck. Okay.
Remember, you can give me AP to buy dice.
Not worth it.
No.
Just climb the fucking ladder.
I'm just gonna fall. I'm just gonna fall and break my leg. So, okay.
Okay. I'm actually going to retract what I just said. It's only you fall in a complication. So you're still climbing the ladder. You're just not at the top yet. So you basically spend your entire turn climbing the ladder. And at this point, the robotic voice over the speakers says, come on, there you go.
Reactor meltdown in 3 minutes and 37, 36, 35.
It's now
I
Nicola
can
T's
count.
turn. What do you got,
Okay.
Wolf? It is your turn.
I really hate this lady,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna try to shoot her in the face again because that
Okay.
seemed to work the first time. And I, at this point, Nicola T, you can tell Draxus, he's got a look on his face like this is the end, and I'm going down swinging. So let's go. He looks back at Draxus. Draxus, if I don't make it out, tell my story. And then pew, 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 pew. And let's go.
I'm gonna have to
roll.
make something up.
Probably.
All right. Hey, 1 success. That's all you need to hit her.
Oh, that's true. All right. And I'm spending the extra
Come on,
3. I'm going to spend my last luck point to reroll that damage.
let's do this.
Come on, baby. That's
Nice.
5 plus 3 effects. So that's 3 piercing, 5 damage. To
To the head.
Oh!
Nicola T, how would you like to kill her?
So she unloads with the Gatling gun. As she's unloading, he takes his gun and knocks her weapon up. It fires, blasting away at the sky, like knocking down bits and pieces. Water starts to come into the area, like dripping down, chunks fall.
Oh no, Bioshock.
I then grab her by the
Would you kindly?
throat, and I like with my drop the weapon. And I don't drop it, but I grab the weapon. I hit her twice in the face, and then I shove it up under her chin, and I'm like, pew pew this, you stupid fish monster. Pew pew, and her head explodes. That's what
Her head explodes.
Yeah.
And she does fall. And the very instant her corpse, such as it is, hits the ground, obviously the countdown's still going down, but everybody stops. And I mean everybody. All the cultists stop moving. Everything goes still. And then
This is just a bug.
the cultists...
Towards the cultist, and I look at them. I am your god now, you stupid bald-headed fucks.
Nikki, let
Yeah.
me.
Oh.
Just let me.
Sorry, I'm in my
handle-
rage mode right now. Sorry, everybody.
handle this one.
Sorry, I'm just a little worked up. Got shot in the face.
And because I have a theory, GM. Draxus has a theory that maybe whatever mind control she had over these people is broken. So maybe now they'll have the reactions of normal humans when there's a Deathclaw in an enclosed area that looks wounded and angry.
And covered in viscera.
And covered
lots of
in blood
viscera.
and viscera and guts.
So, mostly for action point's sake, roll me a. Let's do a strength and a speech here. I know that's an odd combination, but it's the closest to an intimidate that I can think of.
Yeah, that's actually what is suggested in the book. So good call. All right, strength and speech.
Difficulty of 1. You only need the 1 success here.
Oh, God, I keep generic roll 2.
It just works.
Yeah. Hey, 2 successes. You get an action point back. So, yeah, there's that moment where everybody stops, freezes, looks at one another. Then they look at you, Draxus, and they go...
I feel like he'd be like, can I have everyone's attention, please? And then just, like, opens his mouth and just the Deathclaw roar.
I think half of them faint on the spot. The other half go screaming and running in various different directions, maybe even running into each other in comical fashion.
You know what? That was impressive, buddy. Good job.
I'm just, I'm in a lot of pain, so I'm using that to fuel my performance.
Yeah, you're channeling the pain. That's, you know what? That's one of the prime things in acting. It's called method acting. You like live the experience. That was good.
At this point, Dr. Worm, you have reached the top of the ladder.
The hatch will pop back open.
Hey, Jesus, fuck, this place is gonna blow. We gotta get out of here.
Hey, Dr. Worm, did you know that when a high-speed 5.56 round enters the Deathclaw body, it turns sideways and tears several inches through muscle and flesh before it shatters?
Yeah, of course I fucking knew that. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Dr. Worm, do you shout at either of us to grab the transponder?
That's exactly what I was about to do. Yeah, as soon as I get out of the hatch, I'd be like,
the thing, grab the thing on the podium.
All right.
Which one? There's a lot of things here.
Just take everything.
Drax just like scoops everything up.
Like, the transponder, scoop it in his bag.
All right. So the good news is you are able to now start running up the corridor back to safety, but it's in a cinematic fashion where you get about halfway up and the countdown is
like 30, 29, 28, 27.
We just jump.
26.
You reach the bottom of the staircase that leads up to the actual mainland.
21, 20, 19, 18.
You're halfway up the stairs at this point.
15, 14, 13.
You're running, finally making it to the ground floor. You're running up the catwalks to get out of the laboratory.
9, 8.
And at this point, you're halfway across Nahant, and there is quite literally a megaton-style explosion in the water as a literal nuke goes off. And not only does it instantly blow out half the buildings that are closest to the waterfront, but it knocks all of you down. Not enough to take any damage, but it easily knocks you down. And after a moment, you kind of look back and look at the mushroom cloud in the water, and Angelus finally finds her voice and says, "Holy shit, we actually managed to come out of that fucking thing alive? How did we do that?"
Moxie.
Wait, you're still here?
I've been here the entire time.
Sorry, I got distracted by getting shot in the head. Oh, my brain hurts. Oh.
Yeah, maybe you should have Dr. Worm look at that, maybe. Also, hi Raiders. Hi Raiders. We're playing Fallout right now.
Angela, who the fuck are you talking to?
Oh, sorry. No, it's a nervous tick of mine. I
think you took some head trauma too. We're gonna get some brain surgery all around everybody for free.
Oh no, I'm fine. My dad always used to tell me that if somebody's good at something, they never do it for free. So I'm gonna pass.
Okay, fine. It's 500 caps.
All right, I'll
look. Do you want to eat the tumor or not?
Drive a hard bargain.
750 caps, and you get to eat the tumor. That's my final offer.
All right. But 1,000. And I get to eat the tumor.
God, you're running me out of house and home here. Okay, let's compromise. Let's say 1,500 caps, and you get to eat the tumor.
Yeah, okay. Hey, does anybody hear that ringing? I don't. My thoughts are
Mup,
thick.
mup.
My blood is thick.
That
My
doesn't
brain is
help.
freezing cold.
Stop talking. You're using too much energy.
Mom.
Your blood. You stop. Angela, will you help me move these assholes back to?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, that was actually kind of impressive. And I'm just
Hey,
gonna look
hey,
at chat very
hey.
questioningly at this point.
Hey,
Are you
Nikki.
are you gonna wild wasteland chat? I just gotta know. Are you gonna wild wasteland them? I need to know.
Hey, Nikki. Look, I can almost get my full finger into this exit wound.
Oh, I don't think that's supposed to be like that. Also, are there supposed to be 3 of you? My head hurts. I feel, and I'm gonna fall straight onto my back and pass out for a
Nice.
second.
And I think Angela maybe catches you on the way down and goes, "Oh, okay, all right, gotcha,
Oh,
buddy.
an angel. She caught me with her wings.
Okay,
of
you know what?
beauty."
Keep talking. I'm gonna let you fall to the ground."
And tries to reach up, but it's too weak.
Do we have to save this one, Dr. Worm? Can we let him die?
Look,
If I could die in your arms, my life would be such a beautiful.
I would take it as a kindness, for me, if we let him live.
Well, since
All
it's you
right.
asking, Draxus, I think we can do that.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh,
1,700 caps, and we take him with us. You still get the tumor.
Okay, I still get the tumor?
Yeah, of course.
Then
Yeah,
all right, then make it 1,750 and you got a deal.
Done. Pleasure doing business with you.
All right. Sucker.
and I think since we haven't gotten to Wild Wasteland, we're gonna just skip the travel time where you all arrive back at Motley Heights. And it's one of those things where, no, you may not bribe me with bits. No, you may not bribe me with bits. It's one of those things where Dr. Worm, you do provide medical attention, et cetera, et cetera. But there's definitely going to be a healing period. There's going to be some time between this session and next, but we still have a very important thing to talk about during this session. Specifically, maybe 2 days after this whole thing has gone down, there's a rad storm that has blown in, and you're taking shelter in a common space, probably within the church. And you have the deep range transmitter with you, and I think Angela kind of points at it and says, "So, go over that again for me, Worm. Why did we take this with us again?"
The digital lady helped us out, and she was like, "Hey, you help me out. You scratch my bits, I'll scratch yours, or whatever." So she just wants to be put in the doohickey here. So I figured why not.
Yeah, well, okay. All right. That's a transmitter, though, right? So it transmits all the way to Mars, the planet. Yes, I get it.
Oh, thank Christ! Finally, yeah, the planet Mars.
Right. The planet Mars, it's the fourth planet in the solar system. Thank you very much.
Just the fact that you're acknowledging that it's in space is fine. I'm
I
just
think
happy with that.
don't put too much stock in this. I think this is the head trauma talking. But if that's a transmitter and we can communicate with her and she can communicate to us, could we also not use this transmitter to maybe communicate with other people here on this planet that can actually do things with us and for us?
Yeah, but people on this planet suck.
Yeah,
Right,
they do
but-
suck.
But I mean, if we're starting a town, we need more than 3 people. I mean, that's a pretty shitty town.
No, I think we're. I like the small population. It's
Yeah, I mean, I can deal
Okay.
with you. You're
it's
cool.
it's homey.
Alright,
It's
okay,
rustic.
so like gated community
Like a
kind
small
of thing.
town.
Wow,
community,
wow,
you know
that-
everybody. Hey neighbors,
Let's
kind of thing. Yeah.
let's roll back on the gated community language. That's not good.
Okay.
We're we're a
We're an enclave. Ah,
let's not use that either. That spooks people.
right.
We are a tight knit,
Rural
urban,
community.
yes, tight knit, rural, experimental commune. There we go.
Okay, yeah. So I figured.
Also, I would
Oh.
rather have the intelligent robot lady talk to us from Mars than have Johnny Fuck Brahmin just come in and just what is he gonna do? Like hoe this one patch of dirt over and over again?
And I think at that point, the
Yeah.
transmitter crackles to life and says,
I'm sorry. Did I cut in at a bad time?
Oh, your antenna must be burning. We were talking about you.
That is a fortunate circumstance. All of my responses to you are pre-recorded, and based on the heuristic language index I have gotten observing you. So I apologize if there are any discrepancies.
then there's a pause.
Yes, Draxus, that was very funny.
Just what? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I like her.
Ah, that was also very funny, Mr. T.
I like her a lot.
Yes, Dr. Worm, I agree. We should kill them both.
Wait, what? The fuck?
Computer,
That was a joke. I apologize.
upgrade RAM or something like. Can you actually get smart again? That'd be great.
I am transmitting the plans for the cyborg body now.
And on cue, the transmitter begins printing a long list of supplies you're going to need to build such a body.
Oh, I didn't know it was gonna be this involved.
I mean, maybe it's like something that we just like putter around with, like you're living at home for like one balmy summer, and your dad's working on restoring like this old Corvega that he bought off some dude, and then he says he's gonna
fucked
finish
around
it, but he never finishes it.
It's
This
a
is
fun project, dude.
this is oddly specific. This doesn't speak to my experience.
Oh, I thought you were like so old that it was before the boom. But
Yeah, we just had rocks back then. Yeah, we didn't have cars. We strung rocks together and just.
I mean, I know
We
for a
relied
fact-
on hills.
I know for a fact that's not true because they called you about your car's extended warranty.
Angela, I'm gonna need you to come with me. We need to talk about this list of supplies and also talk about downsizing, maybe the community. Our resources are strained as it is, and I'm gonna need your expert advice on who to let go.
Hey, Nikki, I think he's trying to horn in on your girl.
I mean, that's cool. She bats for the other team anyway. I mean, what the fuck do I care?
You don't know what I bat for.
I can make assumptions.
She doesn't even own a swatter.
I like the robot lady better anyway. She thinks I'm funny.
You know what, Dr. Worm? I think we can talk about downsizing. And I think that's sort of our final scene where Dr. Worm and Angela are like going off to have a conversation about maybe shooting Draxus and Nicola T. But
Wow.
that's where we'll
In-
end today's session.
In their sleep.
That's
You're
very
a
merciful.
monster.
Thank you. Thank you for that kindness.
Just a moldy pillow over the face of Nicola T as he's
Yeah,
recovering.
just-
No, other team, traitor.
I don't think I have a multi pillow big enough to kill Draxus, though. That's the
Yeah, I
thing.
was gonna say that's a
I'd
very
have to use
large
a
pillow.
mattress.
Just a mattress, yeah.
Yeah, you hold the other end and just push like hell.
Just sit on top.
Yeah.
I just sort of picture you hear the dull throat, and then you just hear a oh. Like-
So I wanted to say, ELH, that
Yo.
I really appreciated this session, the way you ran the combat. And
Yeah.
I felt like there was real risk here, and like that's one of the things I like about Star Trek, but it never really feels like there's a whole lot of risk in the Star Trek adventures. But obviously I love Star Trek, but like this feels like there's drama, there's risk, there's the chance of a TPK, and like the fact that we came out on top, oh man, that's like one of the best feelings in the world. Like, oh man, the dice, whew, that was intense. So really good job.
You're welcome. And what I would say is that I actually gave you guys the hard version of that encounter. So what that actually means is instead of leveling to level 4, you guys are now technically level 5.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're wolfing it. We're wolfing it. Yes, let's go. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
But we need to also discuss a few things so that there's a verbal record of it on stream. So in regards to the Morgana project, would you rather we just sort of said that you pick up parts here and there as you do quests? Or do you want like an actual shopping list that you could potentially scavenge your way to completing?
I like the idea of having the list, scavenging for a lot of the components would be a good way to give us an excuse to sort of get out there and just sort of mill around. But I do like the idea of like some of the real, like, because there's going to be some fairly advanced hardware involved in this.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And I think those specific pieces deserve us taking taking that to heart and being the focus of a session.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Quest to
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, you need that, and maybe we end up having to run afoul of the Institute to get some of these.
Well, what I would say is
cyborg
that,
parts.
I'm hoping this isn't like too off the wall because we literally build, spoilers by the way, we literally build a transporter in Fallout 4. That's what we do. We literally build a transporter.
Yeah.
So hopefully this isn't too far out there.
I don't think it is at all. I mean, let's harken back to, Big Mountain, where you can take your own brain out and put it in a jar and have a wireless transmitter in your head that controls your body, and like all your organs are in
also
jars.
in
But you're
tubes,
fine.
yeah.
But you're fine. It's just
You're fine. All right, then that's what we'll do. I'll come up with a list and actually add it as a handout then, and we'll do sort of that pseudo scavenge, pseudo quest item that you have to go fetch. But yeah, anybody else have thoughts before I stop the recording and we find somebody to raid?
A+.
No, this was a lot of fun. I really was like didn't even notice. Like I have not felt that almost 2 hours has passed. Like it's just flown. It flew by for me.
I think it was pretty good as long as you start to rein in your. I mean, you have this tendency to like describe things and make decisions for us. As long as you sort of pull back on that and let us decide things, then I think it'll be excellent.
Thank you, X. Thank you.
Yeah.
Prof X, I can't deal with you, man.
I love it.
All right. Well, the last thing I'll say is that if you are interested in running this adventure, there is a actual PDF on my Patreon and on the homebrew list. It is called Forbidden Depths, and I'm interested to see how other people will run it because, I had the benefit of, I wrote the module, I know what's going to happen, but I'm interested to see what other people running the module end up doing. I'm very interested to see that. So if you do end up running Forbidden Depths, please do let me know either on Twitter or via email or even Discord. But yeah, this is where I'm going to end the recording, but Twitch, stick around because we're going to raid somebody. But YouTube, see you later. Bye-bye.